Hi, and welcome to the Theme 4 presentation. Our essential question for Theme 4 is, why is comprehension strategy instruction important? So we're going to focus now on the strategies that we use to support comprehension of specifically content area text, but all text more broadly. We'll talk a little bit about the focus of this theme, as well as the readings, the assignments, and go into detail on the comprehension strategy paper assignment. So again, we're looking at this essential question, why is comprehension strategy instruction important? So you'll see that that connects to the paper that you'll be writing on comprehension strategy instruction. So everything that you're reading will be about comprehension strategies, and you'll really be getting deep into now the instruction piece of comprehension. So you are reading chapters 3, 7, and 8 in the Cummins text. In Harvey and Goodby, you are going to select and read 2 chapters in part 2 of the book. So these really are getting into different strategies, and so you just will choose the 2 that interest you most. Or that meet the needs of the student that you'll be writing about. So, it can be, they might be the same or they might be different, but you're selecting 2. And then in the Keenan Zimmerman book, you're reading chapters 5, 6, and 8. So again, your learning log, you're focused on that why is comprehension strategy instruction important, and connecting that back to the readings that you're doing. You'll complete Teachers as Readers number 4, and then work on that comprehension strategy paper. So the comprehension strategy paper builds off of the student and the text analysis. So you're selecting a comprehension strategy that is appropriate for each of these. Now, if the text that you selected for your text analysis paper did turn out to be appropriate for your student, then you're going to use that text to build the comprehension strategy paper that you're developing. If that book turned out to not be appropriate for your student, then you'll select a different book and discuss the comprehension strategies that you would use. Just describe that in your paper if that's the choice that you make. In addition to the readings that we have for this assignment, you're also locating at least 3 scholarly references to support your discussion of the strategy. So once you've selected the strategy or strategies that you are focusing on in this paper, you'll want to look at, say, the Reading Teacher Journal or the Journal of Adult and Adolescent and Adult Literacy, or any literacy journal in which they talk about that particular strategy. You'll want to focus on selecting 3 of those to support your discussion. The paper is 5 to 7 pages, not including your title page, abstract, or references. So those are separate. But the body of the paper should be no less than 5 pages and no more than 7. So some potential headings for this paper might include the strategy selection, why you selected the strategy, a definition of it. So now that we know what strategies you've chosen, what exactly is that strategy? What does it mean? The research base. So, okay, we know that this strategy exists, but now why does it work? How does it support student learning? What is the support behind using this strategy? So it goes beyond, oh, it's pretty cool, to, okay, well, there's a purpose and a reason for using this particular strategy. And then you'll talk about implementation. So if you were actually working with the student, how would you go about implementing the strategy? What steps would you take to do this? So, obviously you have to model and teach the student how to use the strategy, and then find some way to determine whether or not the student's using the strategy appropriately and whether it's working for the student, things like that. And then you'll want to talk about some limitations of the strategy. So one thing about strategy instruction is that there's not a ton of research out there that supports many of these strategies. So that's typically a limitation. But what we want to know is, why is that a limitation, and what have they found that could be potential limitations for students learning how to use these strategies. And then a conclusion, or a so what. What does all of this mean? Again, you'll notice I listed these as potential headings. You don't have to build your paper exactly like this, but I know it's helpful for me in trying to organize my thoughts to have kind of an outline of what that might look like. For these potential headings, there is a document available to you on Canvas under Module 4 that's titled something like Comprehension Strategy Paper, Rubric, and Headings, I believe is what I called it. But you'll know which one it is when you get into that module. And it lists these as potential headings along with the rubric and a description so that you don't have to keep coming back to this video. There are a couple of example papers under Theme 4 on Canvas, so if you want to take a look at those, you can. Again, the rubric is available on the syllabus and also on that document I just mentioned. And this is a critical task and needs to be uploaded to Chalk and Wire, so that needs to be uploaded by the same due date as the paper itself. So if you have any questions, again, feel free to email me. Thanks.